Hello and welcome to Swapping Joysticks. It is blah, yeah.
Do you know what you're doing today?
No, I was like, I've got three things that I always start with: introduce myself, say what we are, and what the date is, and it just all came out at once.
Sometimes that happens.
I
You
mean,
can't
yeah.
help it. It just happens. Everything comes out at once.
I mean, I had a Taco Bell earlier, and I'm like, went to the bathroom,
So
and
it's definitely all coming out
everything
at
is
once.
coming out all at once. Like the difference in time, like the time between realizing I'm going to shit myself and actually shitting myself is a very, very, very small window of time at the
Have you got
moment.
through that?
We will
Is there
see.
more to come?
I'm sure. Yeah, I will not be trusting any farts. But yeah, welcome. This is Swapping Joysticks. It is the 8th of February 2023. I am one of your hosts, Ben Ostwick, otherwise known as Biggest Bennis, and I'm joined, as always, by the top troll in games media. It's Ed Nightingale.
If only.
Yeah, how are you
If
doing? Who have you
only.
pissed off this week, Ed?
I'm sure I'll piss someone off today. We'll see.
Oh, honestly, I had Taco Bell today. It was... So it's upset a lot of people, it seems, because I was like, this is so bad. But so many people go on and on about how nice Taco Bell is. So I had one today because I'm like, oh, I wanted a bit of variety from where I usually go. And I just walked, and lo and behold, one was there, and there was no queue. And I found out why there wasn't a queue.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Yeah, exactly. So I went there, and apparently, yeah, the Taco Bell in the UK is terrible. Like, the beef was kind of just dry, really, really small granules of beef mince with no kind of seasoning, just kind of shoved in a hard shell taco with some kind of cold lettuce that was just like grated, like in perfect strips.
That's gross.
And yeah, it was just, that was vile. And then I had the wrap, which was really, it was like as thin as a Calippo. I'm like, that is not a proper thing.
That. As thin as a Calippo.
You get better ones. Yes, taco. That's how it's pronounced.
Do you say Calippo or Calipo?
Calippo.
Oh, I used to say Calipo.
Aren't they those things that you use?
That's calipers.
Oh, okay, yeah. But it was, oh, no, it was terrible. And the chips were nice. I'll give them that.
Well, there you go.
And
they
have cherry Pepsi Max, which is also a bonus.
Nice.
But yeah. But that is true. Taco is the correct way to pronounce it. The way you pronounce it makes me smile. I mean, in a pack. I mean, that is literally how you pronounce taco. It's Spanish.
Taco.
Taco.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Taco Bay. That would be the Spanish pronunciation. Oh my God, taco. No, that is not the correct pronunciation. I mean, the Americans have already butchered the way like it's cooked and like what you put in it, and now they're butchering the pronunciation of it. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's a different.
Do you want a mission to piss people off today?
Yeah, no, there were people like insinuating that I was kind of shitting on people who wanted something cheap, and I'm like, no, I'm shitting on Taco Bell because it's awful. There are plenty of fast food places out there that have got decent quality food. Here in the UK, Burger King is like decent quality compared to some places. Greg's, can't beat a Greg's.
You can.
You can't.
You can.
But like I said, if you do have £10 to spend on a meal, going to Taco Bell in the UK is just a waste of money.
It's not the one.
Yeah,
definitely not the one.
But yeah, that was my day, just going there and being like, this is awful.
And trying not to shit yourself.
Yeah, because afterwards I ran round a park.
Well, that's also gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, well, I went and so I work for Great Ormond Hospital charity, and they are the London Marathon, like official sponsors of the London Marathon. And they needed some advertising video for the marathon, and so got like 9 of us, decked out in our gym kit with like a London Marathon vest over the top, and spent 45 minutes filming us just running along like a single strip of pavement, which they're then going to use in some advertising. So
will we see this online?
Probably. Maybe even
share it.
I don't know. Maybe online. Maybe on TV. I've no idea. It could be on Piccadilly Circus, the big banner. Who knows? It's going to be.
That's unlikely.
It will be very interesting to see where that ends up. But yeah, it might be just kind of like me just browsing the internet or something and going like, "Oh shit, it's me." advertising a marathon. That is probably the least likely things.
Maybe they'll advertise on Twitch.
Yeah, can you imagine? Oh. So yeah,
recognised.
That was my day. That's sorry to move that. It went really loud for me for some reason. But yeah, that is yeah, there was no coffee, no wheezing. No, because we just did kind of jogging on the spot to like as though we were warming up for it, and then did like 20 jogs towards the camera, which was like about 10 meters. 25 foot if you're American, something like that, or maybe more, I don't know, but it was it was interesting, different, very different.
Well, you get up to some strange shit in your job, and that's nice.
Yeah, like my boss was like, you know, you go head first into everything. I'm like, yeah, I am happy to, you know, put myself into positions and weird
wow.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, so yeah.
Well, there that is.
There you go. 25 feet. Oh, sorry, I don't know. I don't speak old.
That's a good point, Westman. Taco Bell before the bear outfit.
God, yeah. But no, I genuinely felt a bit ill earlier, but luckily you cooked a very nice dinner, which I think has hopefully kind of settled my stomach down a bit.
Well, fingers crossed.
What's your
What are you
favourite...
shitting yourself this evening?
What's your favourite American fast food?
You're asking me?
Yeah. I heard, do you know Wimpy is American?
I don't think I've ever eaten a Wimpy.
It's not nice.
I've been called a wimp.
By me.
But I've never eaten a Wimpy.
No. I genuinely like McDonald's.
McDonald's is overrated.
The bread does not taste like bread.
Burger King is better than McDonald's here, I would say.
Yeah, Burger King is a better quality. Actually, yes, no, I would agree. Though the Burger King chips are not quite as nice.
I like a Burger King chip.
But it's
They're
not
crispier.
But there's no seasoning whatsoever in it.
Well, put some salt on it yourself then.
Fine. Yeah, it sounds like the US like the UK. Sorry, the US McDonald's versus Burger King seems to be the other way around here. Because apparently in the US, Burger King is not good. Whereas in Europe it is. Because in Spain, Burger King is even nicer than it is.
There's also way more options in the UK. In the US. There are so many different fast food places. And we just have either Starbucks, Pret, or Greg's. Every corner.
Greg's. Always a Greg's. I like McDonald's and Taco Bell, says Sidious. I'm guessing Sidious, our Burger King is trash. I'm guessing Sidious is American. And Wes Manovich says McDonald's in Sweden is really good. Do they have surströmming mac? Are they quarter pounder with surströmming?
No, they have Mac balls.
Mac balls. McBalls.
I'd like the McBalls, please.
McBalls with some McLoganberry, or whatever it's called.
Lingonberry.
Lingonberry. What's Loganberry?
Something else.
Oh. Interesting. But there we go. But apparently Wendy's is great. But I wasn't a massive fan of Wendy's here. But then again, maybe it's the British effect.
Yeah, it's all right.
They have fried chicken in McDonald's in where Debs is.
Oh, wow.
Suriname. I always wanted to try. What's the one in...
Do you know what is shit? KFC. KFC is terrible.
No.
It's awful.
Have you ever had a tower burger? A tower zinger? It's got like chicken, but with a bit of spice. Little kick to it. Plus hash brown in a bun.
See, that sounds nice.
And it is.
And I'm down for the flavour of KFC. What pisses me off, and maybe this is a UK specific thing, the quality of chicken in a KFC is awful.
It's a lot better than it used to be.
Skin and coating. And there's no meat on it. And all the horror stories of, like, I was a kid and there were horror stories of, like, people finding rat's tails and stuff in it. It's just put me off. And I'm like, it's not good. It is not good quality chicken. I'm not interested.
It was terrible. I remember when I was younger. It had, like, greasy, hard shell on the chicken. But now they've changed it a lot. It's way better now than it was when we were young.
Actually, popcorn chicken is better than McDonald's chicken nuggets because they've changed the recipe of McDonald's chicken nuggets and they are not as good.
Probably made it healthier.
Yeah, exactly. They're not as good.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of popcorn chicken.
It's just a chicken nugget.
Yeah, but it's got like a weird spice to it.
KFC.
Yeah. That secret blend.
Exactly. It's the secret blend.
I have no idea what Bojangles is. We don't really have any like chicken things.
No, there's lots of like dodgy chicken places which
Yeah.
I do not trust.
CFC.
CFC.
Yeah, Chelsea Football Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anything with FC at the end. Anyway, so this is a video game podcast. We're only going to
Talk about
be.
food.
We're not streaming. We're not going to be recording this for a super long time because later on we're going to be doing potentially 4. Depends how quickly we get through them. Quick looks of games in the Steam's Neckfest.
The Neckfest.
I love that. Neckfest.
It's all vampire games.
Exactly. So Neckfest, we will have a look at those. We're going to have a look at hopefully 4 demos, including Radio the Universe, Mineko's Night Market, SteamWorld Build, and Phantom Brigade, which are all getting quite a lot of praise. I'm not sure really what they're about. We're just going to try them out for 20 minutes.
So it might be a shit show, but we'll see.
Yeah, and then afterwards is the Nintendo Direct, because they decided to do one after our podcast, which is the worst.
Well, it's kind of good timing.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But then we'll have to talk about it.
We'll be watching that afterwards, which would be good. And you too can play games on Steam as well, because there are loads of demos out there. So,
Before we talk about what we've been playing, though, yes, Five Guys is the best. It's just
overpriced.
it is very expensive, but it is hands down the best.
Disagree.
Wow. Well, you're wrong. Anyway, from that wrong opinion of yours, what have you been playing? I'm sure. Tell us all the games you've been enjoying.
I'm full of wrong opinions at the moment.
Who told you that this time?
Well, just compared to the internet. Well, what have I been playing? I have been playing some more Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I have mixed feelings about. It is simultaneously streamlined and long-winded. It's streamlined in that battles you just run in and don't really press very much, and it's kind of hands-off, and you don't have to think about items or strategy very much. You just control one character and you're done, and that's that. And I quite like that. And there aren't loads of like accessories and sort of armors and weapons to change in and out. So in some ways it's a very streamlined JRPG, but equally it is really long-winded in that there are constant like training things to do, tutorials. The story is really long-winded. It's not really going anywhere yet, and I'm like, hurry up. So I sort of have mixed feelings about that. So I've been playing that. I've also been playing some Final Fantasy XIV.
Woo! What, the greatest Final Fantasy of all time?
It's not, though. I am really in two minds about continuing with it at this point. I'm on the edge of cancelling.
What?
And not continuing with it.
You really are wanting to upset people.
I know. The thing is, everyone goes on about Final Fantasy XIV as this incredible game, but it's good once you get to Shadowbringers. And I'm currently halfway through Stormblood, and I feel like it's just been a real slog. And I'm just not enjoying it. The story isn't grabbing me, and the combat, I mean, I'm playing as a healer, it's fine, but meh. I keep getting put in duties with people. Admittedly, I'm quite a way back, I'm not up to date, and I appreciate that. But I keep getting put into duties with people who just race ahead and like they just, a tank that will pull half the dungeon in one go. And they're just not sympathetic to me being new to a duty. So I don't know where all these nice community people are, because I can't find them apparently when I'm playing with randomers. Maybe that's my fault for playing with randomers.
You need to play with me. I can tank.
Can you though?
No, not really. Not very well. But because I was tanking, I did a bit of tanking last night, and oh my god, it was so annoying.
Yeah.
I was tanking, and the healer. So when you're a tank, you go and then you go to the other side, so you turn the enemies away from the other people.
Yeah.
The healer, who was a Lalafell called Potato, and I took a screenshot because that was a great name.
Okay, that is the best thing I've ever seen.
It's literally called Poe, and then Tato. So it was, that was great. But they just kept standing next to me and going to the other side. I was like, literally, you are taking attacks because I'm turning them away from everybody. There's the two DPS on the other side and the healer standing next to me.
Like, as a healer, I know to, like, sit back and then just blast holy on repeat. And occasionally do a little heal. But I just keep getting put with people that are just not very sympathetic, which isn't great. The story isn't grabbing me. I stormed out the flat last week when I was playing it because
he did.
I don't want to say too much in case people haven't got that far or whatever. But I have done the Nardum in Stormblood. And it's just, everything's building up to this point. And before that, you literally have to do some of the worst quests where you literally have to collect shit. One of the quests is to go around and collect 3 bits of shit.
But Hien is so hot.
Hien is hot, and that's fine. But I'm like, I don't want to do a quest where it's just busy work and I'm collecting shit. It's literally pointless. And then you get to do the Nardum, and suddenly it just wouldn't target the right people. I kept losing it. I ended up doing it 4 times. It just really aggravated me, and I stormed out the flat. So I have put enough time and money into this game that I'm going to continue, and I'm going to at least play through Shadowbringers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I swear, if that ends up being terrible, I don't know what
if
I'm
you think
do.
Shadowbringers is terrible, then the problem is with you.
Fine.
Yeah.
And I'm very much willing to accept that MMOs are maybe just not for me. I like a focused single player story. I like playing on my own. I don't like being sociable.
But the thing is, with Shadowbringers, you can play on your own.
Well, exactly, because I'm in that middle bit where the duty support hasn't met in the middle yet.
Yeah.
So obviously, I can only do duties with randomers.
You can do it with friends. If you try getting friends.
Yeah, but I then feel like I'm imposing, being like, "Oh, can you come and help me on a duty?"
Not at all.
I don't like imposing.
Oh my god,
people.
join the guild. Join the guild with Ready Set Ben and D. I'm sure if you posted in there, it's a very active one.
Well, you used to have a guild.
Yeah, well, nobody was in it.
No, and I've still got Midge next to my name, which makes no sense.
Oh, I've made a new clan or whatever it's called on Destiny, and it's called Taxi for Barreled. It's just me and Andinis. Because the thing is, I only ever really play with Andinis or Westmanovich. I just could not think. Because Justice for Midge, Taxi for Barreled. So, and because Andinis and I, we sometimes do some things together in the game, and you get bonuses and stuff if you do it. So we did that.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fully prepared to admit that the problem is me, and that's why I'm just not clicking with 14. But I will keep going until we get through Shadowbringers. And then I'll let you know and say, do you know what? I was wrong. It's actually amazing.
Yeah,
but
it is.
We will see.
It is brilliant.
We will see.
I mean, Heaven's Ward isn't that story? That story is written, I believe, by the same person that did the Black Knight job quests, which are like lauded as one of the best as well. So you will not be let down. I mean, it was the highest rated PC game of the year that it came out. So
True.
I mean, it is
True.
really, really good.
I'm still excited to get there. I will push through. It's fine.
One more thing.
One more thing.
You'll be able to experience
I've
that.
already heard that music. I do like that.
Good, because you'll hear it a lot more.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But I've been playing another game this week that I actually really like.
Is it the Magic
and
game?
I know that you have also played it.
Is it the Magic game?
It is. No, it's a Magic game.
With the witches.
It's got witches in it. It's called Forspoken. And it's really good.
Yes. I'm so glad you like it, because I was playing it going like, there's lots of hate for it, but I'm actually really enjoying it.
There is so much hate for this game online, and just honestly, it's been blown massively out of proportion because people like to meme shit. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the dialogue is good, because I don't really like it either. You know, it's annoying because they're sort of being really quippy and just undermining what is actually quite a good concept for a game. I really like the concept. You're playing as this kind of essentially a witch with like incredible elemental powers, and she buffs her powers by painting her nails in like blood. And you can explore this world using magical parkour at high speed. it's this matriarchal society of corrupt sorceresses. Everything's full of magic and dragons and all this kind of stuff. I really like that world, and I just wish that the writers had the confidence in that rather than like sort of undermining it. I mean, yeah, as Cypher said, it's a black protagonist and it's written by a room full of white people, and
it comes across.
It does come across, and it's not a good story. But I know it's often hard to ignore the story, but if you focus just on the gameplay side of things, it's a really, really fun game. I think there's a really good core for the game, and I just really wish that it had a decent story attached to it. And they had the confidence in that to just take themselves seriously. And I also quite like Frey as a character. I think Ella Balinski, the actress, does a brilliant, brilliant job of making her sort of a likable and real character. But you're also she's so OP. Like, she has really cool magic and just kicks the crap out of enemies and jumps around and speeds around all over the place. And it's just really fun to play. And it just feels good. And I really like that. And I just wish that this campaign against the game hadn't kicked off, because I just don't think it's deserving. It's definitely got its problems, absolutely. But it is nowhere near the sort of terrible experience that people seem to have made it out to be, in terms of the dialogue specifically, at least.
But apparently, I didn't realize the Black American character, so the main character Frey, is a UK voice actor.
Oh, is she British?
Oh,
okay.
So to us, it's like, oh, that sounds like an American accent. To everybody in America, it's like, no, no, this is not.
Yeah.
And I mean, the cuff is annoying.
Oh, Cuff is annoying, and he's clearly a white British man, so, that makes sense. We all are.
Yeah. It's a fun game to play when it comes to like just the mechanics, but the rest of the stuff. It's just, I love that kind of, I've mentioned this before, I love that story where you're playing a character set in the real world and they find some way to get and be transported to this magical kingdom, magical area. There's happened to Nino Cooney, you've got like obviously books, like his Dark Materials.
It's Alice in Wonderland, Ben.
Alice in Wonderland.
She literally has it's not subtle.
Witch
she has
of
a
the Wardrobe.
book of Alice in Wonderland, and she starts quoting from it, and you're like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. It's it's so forced.
Yeah.
It's just there's no subtlety there at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like once you sort of push through the story, not even push through the story, like the story happens in Sepul, which is the central city.
But there's no spoilers here because Ed hasn't finished. He's not...
Oh no! You finished it. I haven't.
Yeah.
But most of the story happens in Sepul, which is the central city, and then you run off into the world. And because the world is corrupt, no one else can exist there. So you're kind of on your own. And at that point, you're like, great, I can ignore the story and just sort of enjoy being a cool badass witch, and I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
Just push through the Sepul bits every now and again, and then get back into the world.
Yeah. I play for the combat at the moment, and it's not. I finished it in under 11 hours.
I mean, you played it on Ben mode.
I played it on Ben mode, and I stuck to the main story, and 11 hours. It was even less than that, and there's a chapter that's like I'm not going to spoil anything. But there's one chapter that dragged, that had very little combat. But other than that, I've enjoyed fighting it. There was nice variety in bosses. Like when you defeat bosses in the game, you can like take on their powers. So having that variety quite often added, frequently added to your playthrough has given you the chance to kind of vary what you're playing as. And whenever you're fighting an enemy, there's always going to be one of these techniques that it's going to be vulnerable to, so it's kind of finding that and then just feeling really OP. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the battles, even the parkour within the battles is great fun.
There's a great sense of scale as well, and partly that's because the parkour, like she runs around super quick, so they've had to make a big world to sort of contain her powers. But it feels really expansive. It feels really epic. I personally think they've done a good job on that side of things. Yeah. It's the writing that is not great, but it doesn't ruin the experience in the way that the memes would have you think.
Yeah. Excellent. I don't think I've actually been playing anything else.
Have you not?
Well, no. I played a tiny bit of Fire Emblem, but the story is just not really keeping my interest. So I'm just going from like, I'll play a battle and then turn it off for a bit.
Fair enough.
I'm just very disappointed compared to Three Houses.
Oh.
Well, never mind. Who knows? Maybe
I'll play it after you. We'll get your money's worth. Don't worry.
Yeah, I need to find some more games to play on my Steam Deck because I bought it and haven't really played anything. Well, maybe tonight at the Nintendo Showcase. Oh wait, no. Oh, the Nintendo.
Well,
Direct.
they might announce something that we can play.
If they announce like the dates of the Pixel remaster, I'm gonna be like, yay, I'll get it. Even though I could potentially just play it on the Steam Deck, but the Switch is just a lot lighter and has an OLED screen, and I'm like, if there were two games with the same and they both performed the same, then I would probably get it on Switch because it's a lot lighter and the OLED screen helps. So something like the Pixel remasters, I would get on the Switch. But if it was something that required kind of graphical intensity and more power, then definitely Steam Deck.
Do you regret buying the Steam Deck?
No.
Interesting.
I feel like it will... No, because there are games that I will be playing on the Steam Deck, but I just haven't got round to them yet.
So it's not going to gather dust in the corner?
I mean, it already has, but I will wipe that dust away when I want to play something. My brother will never forgive me if I don't finally get around to playing Half-Life 2.
Or 1.
Oh, what? Yeah, do people play 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, I haven't played either. So
Call yourself a gamer?
I know, right? Shocking.
Never mind.
Should we see what the people have been playing?
Yeah, let's see what the people have been playing.
We've got some essays in Discord.
Oh, have you played the new Marvel Snap season yet?
I played one round as I was cooking dinner and I lost, and so I turned it off.
Oh.
Because I was annoyed.
So I actually did. I waited until the last week and binged it in I maybe played about 30 matches in 1 week and completely cleared the battle pass. Which you kind of, because they released, I've mentioned this before as well, they released the missions for points in the battle pass like over the space of 4 weeks. So in the first week, it might be like, get 15 wins. And you get those 15 wins. And then in like week 3, one will come up and say, win 10 games with a snap. And I'm like, well, I could have just killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Because I'm not someone that plays for enjoyment. I play for completion and to tick things off.
Wow. Well, some of us do play for enjoyment while we're having a poo. And
that's what Reddit's for.
I will just continually play Marvel Snap at that point.
Well, I prefer other games such as that Pictionary game, whatever it is. Illustrated.
You haven't shown me that. You need to show me that.
Illustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. And Desert Golf. Desert Golfing. Desert Golfing's great. It's the most basic thing. And we like our crosswords. Although we don't do that while we're
Monty
cooking.
shouts at me as if you're not playing things to tick things off. Who the fuck are you kidding, Ed?
That's a different ticking off. Who would want to play? Who plays games for enjoyment? It's like Destiny. I've got like a battle pass in Destiny 2 right now, which I'm ticking off. And oh my god, Destiny 2 is so good, by the way. Although I went and did some PvP on console, and I realized no, that is not where I am going to be playing. Where I'm going to be playing it.
Well, I can ticking things off and having enjoyment at the same time.
Good.
Everything's ticked then.
All right then, let's find out what people have been playing. We're going to start with Brutal Brander,
who's been playing some demos this week. First one was a demo for Gauntlet, no official release date yet, but 2023. It was a really cute builder game. There's no objectives or anything at all. You just get these cute little building blocks like grass, lake, houses, benches, etc. The full game will have little crops and such as well. Once you start building, trains start arriving with these adorable little creatures that start living in the houses, fishing in the ponds, and just generally walk around the world you're building. It's a useless kind of game, and it's really relaxing. And did I mention adorable?
That sound good.
Gauntlet. That sounds like a Dwarf Romantic rival.
But it's not like there's no objectives, and you don't lose.
That's
you just build.
cute.
And things live there. I like it.
Yeah. It comes alive. I appreciate that. The second demo was Garden Galaxy. The game is out already, but you can still download and play the demo. It's also a builder with no real objectives. You get visitors in your little garden, they give you a coin, there's different types of coins, and you plop the coin in a pot that gives you a decoration plant building block in return. There's a lot of different blocks to collect, and you get this book that keeps track of all the different things you found. From here, it's just building a nice little garden, binning the objects you don't want, and hoping the pot will give you that second lantern for your garden aesthetic. It's nice and relaxing, but does get pretty cluttered, even when the game gives you storage boxes and the opportunity to recycle things. You're really dependent on when the pot gives you a building block so you can enlarge your garden, but the art style is really nice.
That
do
is
like a little relaxing game.
Garden Galaxy, not Guardians of the Galaxy, but Garden Galaxy.
Garden Galaxy.
Yes.
And then lastly, I've also been playing some Tastemaker again, a restaurant managing game. They updated some mechanics since the last time I played, which definitely improved the gameplay. It's a bit of a clunky game, definitely no A game, but I enjoy it. Building a restaurant, changing the menu, ordering ingredients, hiring staff, fun. I just wish they added more decorations to the game. There's not much to choose from, and I don't want drab restaurants. Nobody wants a drab restaurant. Absolutely not.
Not like Taco Bell. Is that a restaurant?
I don't think it counts as a restaurant.
No.
Debs has also been playing some demos in Next Fest. Firstly, Cook Serve Forever, the follow-up game in the Cook Serve Delicious game series. I really wish this demo was longer, but that's maybe because I also have a love for this game. They changed the game mechanics for this one. Instead of using letters on the keyboard to cook, you now use the arrow keys, which also means you sometimes have to long press a key. Not press a certain key, press a certain key so many times, or even press any key. Lots of keys to be pressed then.
Or not.
Or not pressed. It took me a few tries to get this down, but I do think I prefer this mechanic a lot more than letters. Also, the music has gotten a nice upgrade as well. Can't wait to play more of this one. Well, we've heard a lot about Cock Serve Delicious, so maybe Cock Serve Forever
It sounds even
is
better.
something that we should have a look at some point.
Yeah.
Another one is Mail Time. And that's
Not that.
MAIL.
Yeah, I mean,
Not like men time. You play as a mushroom character, basically delivering mail within the forest. There are also some quests where you have to find a certain item, like blueberries, and deliver those as well. The character customization was fun. Choose your pronouns, we love. Hairstyle, clothing, a backpack, and a glider. The quests in the game were quite easy, which made this a very chill game. However, I do think this game might get repetitive. I played about 25 minutes, and I had finished about 5 to 6 quests in that short time. Not sure if this is one I'll be purchasing in the future, but maybe it's something to get when it's on sale. Nice. Cyclo Chambers, a roguelike type of game, which is just basically shoot everything you see, and then use various power-ups to get stronger. I played a few roguelites already, and was excited to try this one. This one felt easy for it being a roguelite. Almost too easy, since I was easily able to get to level 15 in this, and then I kind of felt myself getting bored of the repetitiveness. I didn't feel like the levels had that much challenge to them, and it was quite easy to free myself from enemy attacks. I was curious to see the other characters this game had to offer. You start as a cute little green alligator. That's nice. But with most roguelites, you have to finish a battle round to be able to unlock more stuff. This game releases on February 21st. Depending on the price point, I might eventually get it. And that's Cyclo Chambers. And then lastly from Debs is Fall of Porcupine. This was a demo I'd actually forgotten I had played, but one that has been sitting on my wish list for quite some time. The art style and story remind me a lot of A Night in the Woods.
okay, now I'm interested.
But in this game, you're a pigeon and you work in a hospital.
Oh, you'd hate that.
Oh, I hate pigeons.
And hospitals.
Yeah. Great.
Not for you.
You treat patients through various mini games, and there is also a bar where you hang out. The game now has a set release date for August 2023. Probably something I will purchase because I love the art style and story.
I love Deb's insight with the games that we haven't really heard much. It's
I know.
great.
Debs loves to play things that no one else is, and I really appreciate that because then I'm reading about things that I have no idea what they are.
One of the reasons why we started asking this question.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, in the chat, Sarah's talking about potentially getting a Steam Deck and said, "I'd have got one." Says if it was like the Switch and I could play it on my TV, I'd have got one for sure. Well. There is a dock, an official. You can even get the official dock as well, or get whatever.
There are better ones, like the one that I bought you for Christmas,
which is much better.
Have you even used it?
Yeah.
That was a fake. Yeah.
No, I did use it. You saw.
I've not once seen you play the Steam Deck on the TV.
We coupled it up and it works. It's fine. Yeah, I mean this computer.
That was a waste of £300, wasn't it?
It didn't cost you that much. It's like £5 from Alibaba. But yeah, no, it was.
It was not £5.
But you can couple it up to the TV and play it on there as well.
Honestly. Anyway, Mr. Wibble's been playing some games. Minecraft for the Zen Doodle experience. That's another thing that you dropped, isn't it?
Minecraft.
You drop a lot of things.
I played a lot of Minecraft. I finished it.
I've played some more Hi-Fi Rush. Great choice, Mr. Wibble. Should be nearing the end soon. Love the way they're mixing the story with the gameplay, and mashing buttons to the beat is so rewarding. Absolutely agree.
Sorry, AliExpress, not Alibaba. Apparently Alibaba is for companies.
Same. Also, Forspoken. Mr. Wibble is also playing it. I seem to have wrangled my system and the game into a state where I can play without too many issues, including upgrading to Windows 11 to enable direct storage, and limiting frame rate to 30 FPS to free up overhead. Anyway, I've made some minor progress with the game's storyline as I keep getting distracted by all the other things I can do on the map. Running around and parkouring for no reason just feels so good. If I had to pick something I'd love to see fixed, it's the target lock that doesn't skip to the next target when you've killed the active one. That sometimes just makes me angry. Yes, I agree. But there is also a patch coming to Forspoken, so it looks like they are going to make some improvements to PC performance, which will be good.
Good. Apparently, yeah, my PC, I've got to update it today, not to 11, but it keeps being like, your computer doesn't, fit the requirements for Windows 11 yet, but I think I just need to do something and it will be ready. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to upgrade it to Windows 11. Things work as they are right now.
Then leave it be.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Sidious has just started playing Elden Ring today. Ooh. I might already be a little obsessed. Yes, I know I'm late to the party, but hey, I got here eventually. Welcome.
Ed's about to start playing Bloodborne, so don't worry, you're not late to the...
I've played it before, though. Oh. I'm not that behind. It's absolutely gorgeous on the PS5. I think I'm finally seeing what all the hype is about. Sidious, do let us know next week. You can update us on where you're at and how it's going, and you can let us know which class you chose, and then we can all judge you. But I am very intrigued to know your thoughts.
There we go. All right. Gaming, that's what you've been playing. It's what we've been playing. It's what the whole world has been playing and nothing else. Gaming news. What's been happening in the gaming news, Mr. News?
I love that we get a different jingle every week.
Well, you need to start singing. Can you sing?
Gaming news.
There we go.
Sure.
Right. Tell us about Dragon Age.
Well, some alpha footage of Dragon Age Dreadwolf leaked over the weekend. Oh. And I think people aren't very happy with it. It's very much sort of third-person combat, which is interesting. And they've said that the God of War 2018 reboot game has been a guiding reference point. So expect combat a little bit like that. I won't say too much else, just because if you want to find the spoilers or find the leaks, then you can go find them. But they are out there. So at some point, we will hopefully get a proper look at this game, and then we can see what it's all about. But yes, there is a leak out there, and combat looks interesting.
I haven't even looked at it. I'm not going to. I'll wait for the official stuff. I've never... I'm somebody, I don't even particularly like trailers. I like an announcement. It's like, oh, great, that game's going to come out. And then I never watch any trailers until the game is out. I've always been like that, and I don't know why. I think I just don't want to hype. I hate getting hyped up for something and then being like, it's a whole 3 months away.
See, I like it with games because I like to get hyped for games. And I like to see what it's about and sort of understand it. I really don't like watching film trailers, because I feel like most film trailers are like 3 minutes long, and it's essentially the entire film cut down to 3 minutes where it's really obvious what happens. They spoil half of it, and you're like, I don't need to watch the film now because I've just seen a 3-minute trailer.
Yeah, I don't watch
Whereas if I watch like a 3-minute trailer for a game, but it's 100 hours long, I know I'm still going to get plenty of enjoyment out of it.
You don't even watch like, what's happening next week on Drag Race? You immediately...
No, I don't want spoilers for next week.
Yeah. No,
Or The Last of Us, where it's like, this is the next episode. I'm like, no, I will watch it next week. I don't need to see the trailer.
Yeah, I can't remember, like, I don't know, even Destiny, they keep bringing out trailers for the next expansion, and I'm like, you know what, I don't need to watch it. I've got no interest. I'm going to be playing it.
And Nanto's right. Sometimes the trailer is better than the movie.
But I also love a trailer that's really mysterious and you've no idea what it's about, and it just kind of sets the tone a bit. I think...
Oh, yeah. That's more intriguing to me.
That happened with Atonement once. It was just like a piano and then some clashes. We need to see it. I really like it.
Isn't it really depressing?
Yeah, that's why I like it, you know. I love my...
I mean, this is
okay,
true.
That's something to add that we need to watch.
Add to our list.
Maybe we'll watch it on Oh no, we can't because you're streaming. We'll watch it on Monday.
Valentine's Day is every day.
Oh,
There's no need for that. The first Grammy for video game music goes to
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Valhalla.
That was amazing.
Yeah, we had the first video game Grammy Award at the weekend.
Yeah.
Video games have been nominated in the past.
But
last year,
we're going to play it.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people can hear it and they'll be able to hear it on the podcast as well. If for some reason the sound works, which it doesn't, so we're not going to.
Oh,
That's
that
weird.
went well, didn't it?
Yeah, really well. Oh,
why is it not working?
I don't know. Maybe I need to reset the stream, but that won't.
Oh well.
That'd be
Well,
nice.
there's a tweet.
Yeah.
Link to the tweet.
Yeah. Weird. Is it not? Is it?
Hey everyone,
Oh,
welcome
it
back.
is working. Okay, right. I need to work out why it's not playing on here. But if I just click on this, it might do.
Try the tweet.
Yeah.
And the Grammy goes to.
Okay, here we go. That's why it was muted there. Right, you ready?
Mm.
And the Grammy goes to. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And the Grammy goes to.
Want one more?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Valhalla?
He can't even say Creed. He's like
it?
Assassin's Creed Plus.
He's like, yeah, Assassins, Creed Valhalla. Oh, bless Randy Rainbow.
It's a proper
Actually, don't.
like Adele Dazeem moment. Like, and this is the first proper video game Grammy Award, and it has a moment like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, I don't know. You'd think that people would prepare themselves for what they're maybe going to be saying.
But also, like, surely, like, Valhalla is a known word. Like, people know what Valhalla is. Surely it's been in, like, Thor Ragnarok or something. Like, people should know what Valhalla is to be able to say it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Valhalla won the first video game Grammy. So this is the first year that there has been a specific Grammy for best score in a video game. Oh, you've closed it now, thanks. But other video games have won in the past. Like last year, there was an arrangement of a Kirby, track that won best arrangement.
League of Legends Sting. Was that something?
No,
Oh.
you're thinking of the Game Awards, not the Grammys.
I thought it was somewhere else. I thought it was somewhere else as well. It had a...
Very different.
Wasn't it nominated? Because I'm sure you did an article on it.
No,
Wow. Well, I'm going to find out.
you do that.
I will.
But yeah, so that's nice. We get video game Grammys. We also had some comments recently from Final Fantasy VII remake producer Kitase. I've forgotten his first name.
Oh.
Yoshinori Kitase. So there was an interview in VG247 with him, and he was talking a lot about the history of Final Fantasy VII, the original game. There's some really interesting stuff about early concepts and how that was developed. So it's well worth going to read that interview. But he made some comments about the way that they approached the remake, Final Fantasy VII remake project, in terms of his feelings on remakes and remasters in general. So he said, we approached the Final Fantasy VII remake project with the aim to make it something that could be enjoyed by both fans of the original game and people who did not know it. I have also had experience where a game that I loved and had a lot of fun with in the past was remade, and I bought it and played it out of the overwhelming nostalgia. It's enjoyable for a while, but the fun from that nostalgia only really lasts through the first sections. I realised this halfway through and didn't carry on playing. Because of this, I decided that Final Fantasy VII Remake would not just appeal to nostalgia, but would include a new story as well to feel both nostalgic and fresh at the same time. There you go.
Yeah, you might be
So
right.
that's why there's going to be lots of changes in part 2 and part 3, and no one knows what they are yet, and that's going to be exciting to find out what the changes are.
Yeah.
I'm going to just steal the mouse.
Yeah, I
While
don't...
you're faffing over there.
I think you might be right.
Of course I'm
He
right.
performed at the 2021 Game Awards. Did you know that?
Yes, because we watched it together.
Oh,
There you go.
there we go.
Disney Dreamlight Valley. I know there are fans in chat.
Yeah.
Are you going to go back to that at some point?
Yeah, I'm assuming you.
I still haven't played it, to be honest. Anyway, there is more content coming, and that next bit of content is next week,
Is Minnie still in purgatory?
probably.
Oh.
So Thursday, the 16th of February, is when they are adding Encanto's Mirabelle and Frozen's Olaf.
No.
So there's going to be new storyline content plus a new Star Pass themed around Disney's 100th anniversary.
Ooh.
There you go. So more stuff at Disney Dreamlight Valley, which I know a lot of people enjoy. There is also new stuff coming to Overwatch 2 for Season 3, including a dating sim.
Oh. With Hanzo.
Because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So for that, they have made a web-based, it's separate to the game, and it's non-canon. They've been very specific to say non-canon. Text-based dating sim where you can date either Mercy or Genji. And you're assisted by Cupid, played by Hanzo.
There you go.
So that's why he's in it.
But you can't date Hanzo.
You cannot date Hanzo. But you can date Mercy or Genji. And then there's loads of other stuff happening, and they've nerfed Mercy in the game.
They've nursed her.
They've nerfed her. They've also added a streamer mode, which I think is quite interesting, which basically hides your battle tag, and it hides the battle tag of people in matches that you're playing with
Oh, they do that in Fortnite.
order to sort of protect you. Oh, is that not a new thing?
They do it in Fortnite.
Oh,
Yeah, it just says like player 456.
yeah. So it sort of protects you if you're
Yeah.
streaming. I just thought that was interesting, but it's not new in the world.
No, it's been there for ages.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, at least Overwatch is
Go
doing
back and
it.
change your article.
So that's nice. So later on we have the Nintendo Direct, but that is following Nintendo's financial earnings report that came out a couple of days ago, and they have sold a fuck ton of Nintendo Switches,
Good.
which now means that the Switch has overtaken both the Game Boy and the PS4.
How many Switches do we have in our house?
4,
4, yeah.
2 each.
Mm.
Let's ignore that. So it's now overtaken the Game Boy and the PS4. So the Switch is now the third best-selling console ever. Do you know what's number 2?
The DS.
Yes.
And number 1 is the PlayStation 2.
Correct. The PS2 is top. Yeah, well done. The PS2 is top because it was a DVD player and everyone wanted a DVD player, so that's why they bought one.
Yeah. It was the cheapest DVD player by a long shot.
Exactly.
It's like I bought the Xbox One S because it was the cheapest 4K player.
Nice.
And it had a nice white controller, which I nearly burnt down a flat with.
So the Switch has now sold 122 million consoles. So the DS is at 154 million. So it's actually not that far off. So the Switch might end up overtaking the DS and becoming second.
Yeah, I mean, but PS2 is only 155, so it would either be first or third.
Yeah.
It's still possible, especially if it'll be interesting to see if the next one is like a Switch Pro and it continues, or if they market it as a different console. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I think the next one would have to be a different console. But yeah, that is all the different versions of Switch. So it's the original, it's the Lite, and the OLED all together.
Yeah, but I suppose there were different PS2s as well,
and different DSs. There were lots of DSs.
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. I had 4. No, because I had the
4?
original one that looked like a sandwich. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Then I had I've got the 3D, the mini Zelda one, the special Zelda one. Then I had a new 3DS, and then I've got the new 3DS XL, which is the one.
I think 3DS is separate to DS.
Is it?
Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have sold 20.6 million copies since it came out.
You got to imagine as well, Zelda's going to create a huge push for maybe even OLED ones.
Yeah.
Like, there are going to be a lot more people playing it with Zelda coming out. There'll be another Pokemon this year, I'm sure.
Well, there'll be DLC.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scarlet and Violet, 20.6 million copies. Splatoon 3's also done well and has passed 10 million units, which for Splatoon is really good. So there we go. But we will have to find out what is next Nintendo, which hopefully we will.
Yeah, they're going to announce the next Switch.
We'll see.
Do you have any predictions?
For later. Well,
Yeah.
let's end with that, shall we?
Okay.
There's been some Final Fantasy XIV mod drama
Your
this week.
favourite game.
My favourite game. There's been some mod drama, which has been interesting. Essentially, the developer behind G-Shade, which is a very popular tool that lets you change the aesthetics of the game, not the gameplay, but just change up the visuals. It turns out the developer purposefully put some malware in that tool that shuts down your computer. And he did it to specifically teach someone a lesson to be like, hey, this could have been anything. Don't trust third-party things. And people just have completely just hate G-Shade now. Everyone's like, delete it. It's been taken off what is it? Where you get it? GitHub. It's been taken off there, so you can't actually get it anymore. People are saying like, just get rid of this. It could have malware. And the thing is that even just last week, Yoshida was saying, there was a whole thing about the world first for the latest content, and he was saying, don't use third-party tools. We don't want people using mods. And that was obviously specifically gameplay mods, but he's kind of proved everyone right, really. Don't use third-party tools, because you never know what might be in it, and it might fuck up your computer.
Nintendo Legend of Zelda Tears of a Credit Card.
Tears of the Credit Card would have been a good headline there. Yeah, this is the last one. So yesterday, Nintendo listed Tears of the Kingdom on the eShop and then very quickly took it off again.
Oh, do you think today they'll be like, pre-order now?
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I think pre-orders are going to open today after the Direct. And they listed it as $69.99. And at the moment, most Switch games, this is dollars, by the way, $69.99. And at the moment, brand new Switch games in the US, I believe, are $59.99. So it looks like Zelda is going to be up by $10. And this is probably going to be the new normal for Nintendo games. I don't know what the price is going to be in the UK yet. So is that going to be like 70 quid here as an equivalent? I'm not sure. But it looks like the price of Switch games are going up. And the thing is, everything is $70 these days. So in some ways, it's not a surprise. But equally, the Switch has been out like 7 years and is kind of old now. So is it really fair that you charge that much? Equally, it's Zelda. I will pay 500 quid to play that game.
Shut up.
I'm excited. So I would pay it because I'm an idiot. But
what was the news
the
today?
price is going up.
What was the news today about Nintendo giving employees a 10% pay rise?
Well, Nintendo, this is not specific to Nintendo, or Nintendo aren't the only company doing this, but yes, they are increasing the pay of their employees by 10%, but it's only for Japanese employees. So it's only for people it's only for the Japanese side of the business. But Capcom have done the same thing recently as well. Basically, like, Nintendo are in a really good position. They make a lot of money from all those Switches because they don't sell them at a loss. They sell them at a profit. So they are making a lot of money. They can afford to give people more money. But then they're also going to charge us more money for the games. So I guess we are paying for that 10% increase.
Well, if the employers are getting well paid, then great. And the fact that they can kind of push the releases forwards like they did with Splatoon makes me wonder what the conditions are like over there and if they are actually in a good place for that as well.
Indeed.
All right.
So Nintendo Direct predictions end.
I am hoping for a Pixel Remaster release date.
I think we might get that.
Maybe a Shadow Drop.
I don't think it'll be a Shadow Drop, but they've said spring 2023, so I reckon that we might get a release date.
I think there might be... Well, it's talking about stuff in the first half of this year, so we're going to definitely get lots of Tears of the Kingdom thing. stuff.
Like, it's 40 minutes long, and I would love it if, like, 39 minutes of that was just Zelda.
No. I want, Splatoon DLC?
That's a possibility.
Hollow Knight, Silksong?
I don't know about Silksong, because the last release date announcement we had was through Xbox, with it coming to Games Pass. So I reckon it might end up being an Xbox announcement, even though it will come to Switch as well.
Pokemon DLC?
We won't get that. The Pokemon company will do their own direct.
Elden Ring on Switch?
Hell no.
Oh.
I think that we are probably going to get, if not Shadow Dropped, we will get a release date for Advance Wars reboot, which was meant to come out last year and was pushed back because of the war in Ukraine. So I think that is basically ready to go, so they can just hit the button and say, yeah, it's available now. So I think we might get that. And I would love something on Metroid. I don't think we will, but I'd love something on Metroid. Because Metroid Prime 4, who knows what's happening with that? And it's not going to be the first half of this year, so we probably won't even hear anything. But I would love something on it.
Well, wasn't the trilogy of the original ones? People are assuming that might come
was
out.
Talked about. Also, so were the re-release of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Oh, if there's Wind Waker, they're not going to do it. People have been suggesting that, and I'm like, that's not going to happen this close to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I feel like the time has passed for that.
Yeah.
But maybe they will do that. Maybe they'll say, do you know what?
Play it today.
Tears of the Kingdom is going to be £70, and we're going to push it back till Christmas. But actually, you can play this other stuff in the meantime.
I'll be happy with that.
I won't. I want Tears of the Kingdom now.
I'll be like, well, you can play Wind Waker and Twilight Princess right now as part of the DLC expansion pass.
I will pay that. I will stream it from next week. Fuck Bloodborne.
No, we don't. We're on Money's family account.
Don't tell everyone that.
Okay.
We are in Money's family.
Yes, that's right. You are dodgy uncle.
So
All
Nintendo
right.
Direct to come. So do stick around on the stream.
Yeah, and we are going to be playing some Steam Next Fest demos. Again, those games that, if you weren't here at the beginning, Radio the Universe, Mineko's Night Market, SteamWorld Build, and Phantom Brigade. And then we're going to watch the Nintendo Direct. So stick around. And for those of you who are listening on the podcast, thank you very much for listening. We'll be stopping the podcast now. Ed, where can we find you?
You can find me at ed_nights on Twitch and on Twitter.
And feel free to go and send him abuse about Persona.
No, don't do that.
And
You
I
will be
am
blocked.
everywhere, Biggest Bennis, except Biggest Bennis 1. I say everywhere, but I'm not on there. And on Snapchat, I'm Big Bennis, because apparently Biggest Bennis is too big. But yeah, Biggest Bennis 1 on Twitter.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I'm still looking for... I keep every now and again looking at the Biggest Bennis profile. Still there. Still hasn't liked anything or tweeted anything since 2010. But
Sad times.
yeah, never mind. Anyway, go to swappingjoysticks.com. And if you go to swappingjoysticks.com, you can find our YouTube channel where all our quick looks, podcasts, and everything else are also there. All right.
Nice. Well, stick around for some quick looks and the direct. Otherwise, we will see you all next week. Keep swapping.